Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my June beauty favorites. I almost said July. I feel like when it gets this time of the year, it's like all the months just start running together. I feel like this year has flown by. I can't believe that we're already halfway through this year. It's just crazy. So I have a ton of products to share with you guys today, and I hope that you guys like this makeup look because I'm going to be posting a video soon using this new palette, if I can get it, this new palette that I picked up from ColourPop. And this is their Your Future Looks Bright or Your Future is Bright, something like that. But it's one of those palettes where they selected these eyeshadows, like the single eyeshadows for this palette. I just thought that this color selection was beautiful for summertime. I also got the Blue Moon palette. Sorry, this is kind of turned into a haul at the beginning of this video. But I've had several of you guys ask me if I do some tutorials with this. And then I also got the Rainbow Land palette, but it kind of doesn't look like the Rainbow Land, and that is because I ended up swapping out some of the colors because the Your Future is Bright had some of the same colors as the Rainbow Land. So those tutorials will be coming soon for you guys. I'm going to be using all these palettes, doing some colorful looks, but let's just go ahead and get into my favorites. I'll have everything linked and listed down below for you guys. So if I don't mention a shade on something, or if you want to remember something that I mentioned, or if you want to take it with you when you're going shopping, yeah, I'll just have everything listed down below for you guys. The first thing that I want to talk about is a sunscreen, and this is a sunscreen that I rave about all the time, but this is the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence in SPF 50+. Now this is made and sold in Japan, and it's sold on Amazon. So I'll have it linked down below. This is just my all-time favorite sunscreen to use underneath foundations. Like, it does not feel heavy or sticky. It doesn't have a white cast. Like, it just absorbs into the skin. It doesn't mess up your foundations. It has really great sun protection. So if you've been on the hunt to find a good sunscreen to use underneath foundation, highly recommend this, and I'll have it linked down below for you guys. I know like sometimes my links don't always work for this. I feel like the sellers change on Amazon, so sometimes the links change. So yeah, I need to be better about making sure that the links actually take you to the product. But yeah, so I've been loving that. And then for primers, like my favorite primer that I have been using a ton recently is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Primer. And I know it's like summertime and I'm using a dewy primer, but I'm just like one of those people that I can use dewy products year round because my skin is more dry in the winter and pretty much normal in the summer. I never really get super oily, and I like to use this underneath the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear mineral powder foundation, and I think that's why I've really been getting back into this, because I love it in conjunction with this mineral powder because it gives it such a nice luminous finish. I'm wearing these two products today, and as you can see, like, it just really gives your skin a nice luminous glow. Sometimes I find with mineral foundations, at least on my skin, since I'm normal to dry, they can sometimes look a little chalky. But my trick to help that is to use a luminous primer and then also to use a makeup setting spray at the end. And that's just gonna make it look so much more natural and so much more luminous. So, and the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Foundation it's been such a big favorite over this month. Like, I discovered it at the beginning of June, or it may have been like a few weeks into June. I think it's the perfect foundation for summertime because it's just really quick and easy to apply it. It lasts well all day. It's not heavy. Like, I feel like my skin can still breathe. This isn't gonna be a full coverage foundation. It's more of a light. You can build it up to medium, but it's gonna be more of a lighter coverage. So don't expect something full coverage if you do pick this up. Since I was talking about this a second ago, my favorite setting spray of the month has been this Flower Beauty Seal the Deal. I just absolutely love this because it will make your foundations, like, it sets everything, it helps everything to last longer, but it also gives your foundation a luminous finish. And I love the mister on this. Like, I'm just gonna spray it real quick. Like, it's just the finest mist. So I just love it. I also like the way it smells. Like, it has a light, fresh, floral fragrance to it. So I mean, I guess that might be bothersome for some people, but I think it smells really good. So been loving that. Another Flower Beauty product that I have really been enjoying is their Warrior Princess Mascara. And I had several of you guys tell me that I needed to pick this up. You recommended it to me, and I'm in love with it. The brush on this is exactly like the Too Faced Better Than Sex or L'Oreal Lash Paradise or the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. And I think, like, out of all of those mascaras, my two favorites that have this type of wand is this mascara and the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I do feel like this is pretty comparable to the CoverGirl one. I don't have any issues with it making my lashes look clumpy. It gives them good volume, separation. I'm wearing this mascara today, so if you're on the market for a new mascara and you like brushes that are shaped like this, like if you like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, give this a try because this is even better than Too Faced Better Than Sex. With concealers, these have been my absolute two favorites this month. I just keep coming back to these. So when I want a full coverage concealer, this is the one that I reach for. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And this works awesome on anybody that has normal to dry skin. One of you guys were telling me in my video that I posted today that you don't like this concealer, and you said that you have oily skin. So maybe this isn't the best for oily skin. She said that it like settled into her fine lines. It has really great coverage. It covers any like discoloration that I have underneath my eyes. I don't have any issues with it settling into like my fine lines or anything. And I really like the shade of this, so highly recommend this, and it's super affordable. I get my LA Girl Cosmetics at CVS, but I think you can also get it from Ulta as well if like your Ulta sells LA Girl. If not, you can get it on Ulta online, I do believe. Now with this Revlon Candid the Photo Ready Candid Concealer, I really like this on days when I want a concealer that's more lightweight and lighter coverage. I've really been using this a lot in conjunction with the Physicians Formula Mineral Foundation, just because since that foundation is more of a light to medium coverage, I find that this concealer pairs really well with it. So I have been in love with some bronzers this month. If you've been watching some of my tutorials, I did a look recently on like my Bronze Goddess tutorial, and I used a ton of bronzers in that video. My two favorite bronzers that I have just been using so much, the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. This is probably like my holy grail bronzer. I just love this thing. I love it so much that, whoops, the packaging broke the other day whenever I was using it in a tutorial. But with this bronzer, I mean, you guys have heard me rave about it. It's a good satin finish, like luminous bronzer. It's not too warm toned, it's not too cool toned. It's a good neutral bronzer. Kind of has like a bronze undertone to it. So I'll just swatch it for you guys, even though you've seen me swatch it like a bajillion times. But that's what it looks like there. And it's the bronzer that I have on today. I'm just using this bronzer by itself today, but it just has the prettiest finish. So especially if you're the type of person that you want to have a glow, this is a really good bronzer. It doesn't have any glitters in it. It just, you know, has a good satin finish. And then my favorite matte bronzer is this Milani Silky Matte in Sunkissed. And this is basically the exact same color as the L'Oreal one. It's just that it's matte. So I'll just swatch it next to it. It might be slightly a little lighter, like not as deep, but I think that might also be too the way that I swatched them. So if you're the type of person you like more of a matte bronzer, then get this one. Like I said, it's the same tone, so they're good like neutral bronzers. And then I've been getting back into using my NYX blush in the color Taupe, and this is a good product to contour with. It's just a very cool color. Like, I wouldn't call this a bronzer because it's not a bronzer. It's a good contouring product. So I've been using this a little bit, especially when I'm doing that bronzy look. I'll add just a little bit of it. And I like to use like different types of bronzers when I'm doing like a really bronze look, because it creates a more like dimensional sort of look. I didn't use this today, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But yeah, so love those. And then I have so many blushes that I fell in love with this month. The Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Saucy Mauve. This is such a beautiful mauve blush. It has a nice satin finish to it. And this is one of those blush colors that I feel like so many different skin tones can wear. From somebody that's really fair all the way up to probably deep. I feel like a deep skin tone could also wear this. It might not be quite dark enough for deep, but definitely a medium skin tone could wear this. It's just a really pretty mauve. Try to swatch it so you guys can see it. That's what it looks like there. Yeah, I think a deep skin tone could wear that. So really pretty. It smells just like their butter bronzer. And that's like the first Physicians Formula butter blush that I've ever bought. So you guys will have to let me know if you own some of their other shades, and if you do, which ones you like. Are there anything I should get? Like, is there any colors that I should get for my collection? Then Flower Beauty. So you guys know that I love the color in Sweet Pea, and I kept telling you guys that I need to go back and buy more of them because I love this one so much. So I ended up going back and I picked up the color Wild Rose and Peach Primrose. She has another one that kind of is like NARS Orgasm, where it's kind of a duochrome sort of shade, like where it's a peach blush with like golden kind of highlight in it. So I didn't get that one just because I already have NARS Orgasm, and I don't tend to wear those types of blushes a whole lot. I like more either satin finish blushes or just matte. But yeah, the Peach Primrose is a really pretty like orangey coral color. That's what it looks like there. It would go really pretty with like my makeup look today. And then this one in Wild Rose is a really pretty like pink. Kind of a bubblegum cool toned pink color. So I really like that one as well. That looks really good with like a bronzed look. Like when you have a lot of bronzers and stuff. That's what I used in my Bronze Goddess tutorial. So been loving all these. I just love Flower Beauty. I don't know, I've just really fallen in love with it this year. And then I ended up getting this Milani Rose Powder Blush in Coral Cove. Like, I don't know why I hadn't had this in my collection until now, because I know this has been around for a little bit, but I think maybe before I just thought I couldn't wear this color. But I've been obsessed with coral, with this like neon coral lately. So yeah, I picked that up, so I'll swatch that so you guys can see what that looks like compared to the other blushes. So my arm like always gets twisted. But that's what that looks like there. It's just a really pretty bright neon coral. This definitely is one of those colors that any skin tone could wear. If you're super fair, you just are gonna have to use a really light hand with it, but it is a really pretty neon coral. So those are all the blushes that I have been loving. And then I have several highlights that I have been obsessed with as well. So this Physicians Formula Butter Highlight in Champagne. Like the blush, this is the first Physicians Formula like butter highlight that I've purchased. And this is so pretty. It's like the prettiest gold for summer. That's what it looks like there. I mean, it's borderline almost too golden for my skin tone, but I feel like I can kind of get away with it right now with it being summertime. Such a pretty color. And then another golden highlight that I have just been obsessed with is this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Bar, Platinum Bar. And I can't remember what the name is of this, so I'll just put it down in the description box. But it's just so pretty. This is a good dupe to the Becca highlight in Vanilla Quartz. So if you're looking for a good dupe to that. And I think that Wet n Wild sells this highlight on their website. I know it's kind of hard to find it out in stores, but it's one of those highlights that has like a golden undertone. Like it's a white highlight, but when the light hits it, it looks golden. Like especially when you have it on your cheekbones, it definitely looks more golden. It doesn't look as white. I've just like really built it up. But it's such a pretty highlight. And then this other Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, this is in the color Bloom Time. And this is a really pretty like peach golden highlight. And I'll swatch this one. I've just been really into gold highlights recently, which is so not like me because I'm more of just like a nude kind of highlight person. Nude or like pink. But that's what that one looks like. And I've built it up where it's more intense, but when you apply it on your cheeks, you don't really see the peach a whole lot. It just looks like golden. Almost looks like a nude gold when you have it on your cheekbones. And then, of course, the last highlight that I've really been loving. I like to wear this one on days when I'm doing a more natural look, but the Laura Mercier Baked Highlights in 01. This is just so pretty. If there's ever a high-end highlight that I would recommend is this one because I feel like it is so versatile. I feel like any age could wear this, like somebody with really mature skin to somebody, you know, that's just getting into makeup. It's a very forgiving highlight and it's a very natural highlight. Like you can just apply a little bit of it. I was gonna try to swatch it for you guys, but it's one of those highlights that whenever you swatch it, it doesn't really look like much, but it's so pretty when you have it on your cheekbones. Like it just gives you a really natural lit from within glow. So yeah, and I know that Essence, their pure nude highlight in Be My Highlight is a good dupe for this, but I've said this several times before, but the pure nude one is slightly a little darker than this one. I know it doesn't really look like it in the pan, but when you put it on your cheekbones, this one is like a little lighter, so it is a little bit more intense on me than the Essence one. If you have medium skin, this one would probably be just as good as this, but if you're really fair, I do recommend this one. Okay, so those are all the highlights. I'm gonna wipe some of these swatches off. Okay, some eyeshadows and I guess eyeshadow palettes that I've really been loving this past month. I've been using my Maybelline Color Tattoos in Bad to the Bronze and Barely Branded. I feel like these are getting harder and harder to find. I don't know if they're discontinuing these, and I feel like Maybelline may have come out with some other things that are kind of like this. Did they? Because I feel like I saw somebody post something like that. It was either Maybelline or maybe it was a different brand. I'm not sure. But I just love these on days when I just want to throw something on my lids really quick and not really fool with my eyeshadow that much, but still have something on my lids that looks pretty. So yeah, this is Bad to the Bronze. I mean, you guys have seen me use that like a bajillion times. But I like to use this in combination with the Wet n Wild Single Shadow in Nutty. They pair really beautifully together, and this just like intensifies this color tattoo and makes this look even more like sparkly and pretty, and it helps it last. So I love those two paired together. And then with Barely Branded, I like to pair this with the Maybelline Single Shadow in the Glow Down. Like this is just a really pretty like golden champagne when you use these two together. Or sometimes I'll just use Barely Branded by itself if I just want a very like natural eye look. I'll show you what Barely Branded looks like. I mean, you guys know what Bad to the Bronze looks like. And I'll link some tutorials down below where I've used these products if you want to see what they look like on the eyes. But I'm going to put the glow down on top of that color tattoo so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, it just creates such a beautiful like champagne gold when you use those together, and it lasts on your eyelids all day long. It doesn't crease, so been loving those. And then I've really been loving this Essence Melted Chrome shadow in Ironic, and it's a really pretty like kind of more of a taupe bronze or cool toned bronze, and it has tiny like little micro shimmers in this formula, and it looks gorgeous on your eyelids. It's just the prettiest single shadow, so I highly recommend these Melted Chromes from Essence. I know that they have several other colors. I have this one, which is like a, you know, the cool tone bronze, and then I have this other one in Zinc About You, which is more of like a kind of a rose gold, I don't know, kind of purple sort of shade. I'll try to swatch it so you guys can see. So that Zinc About You up there. I mean, they're all so pretty. I wish that they would come out with like some more warm toned shades like gold or like some really pretty like golden bronze colors. This little palette I have raved about for years, but I've been using it a bunch lately. This is the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. Yes, it is very dirty. It is very well loved. This is in the shade Light. They have several different shades. I think they have light, medium, and dark. Now this is designed for you to use on your brows, but I like to use this for eyeshadows mostly. Sometimes I'll use it for my brows, but yeah, I love this highlight shade in this little palette. It's just my favorite, my all-time favorite highlight shade to use like on my brow bone or in my inner corner. I've also used it as like a highlight on my face. I also love these two shades to put like this one in my crease, this one in my outer V or on my lower lash line. So yeah, I've just been loving this, and I really like to use this when I do a really bronzy look. Speaking of bronze goddess, this palette by Alter Ego, the Goddess palette, I've been loving this. Such a high quality palette for the price. It is just gorgeous, and I think it's such a pretty palette for summertime, especially if you like more neutral looks with like small pops of color. So if you're not into like super colorful looks like this is a really good palette. Or even if you do like colorful looks, I feel like this is also a pretty palette as well, just because like these colors right here are really pretty, like to add pops of colors. This one, like those. And this is a dupe to the Natasha Denona Gold palette. So if you've been eyeing that palette and you don't want to spend $129, you can pick this one up for only $16. So, and I know that they gave me a coupon code, so I'll see if that's still valid. It's not an affiliate code, it's just a code to help you guys save some money if you were to purchase this. So yeah. And then the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. This is probably like one of my very favorite palettes for the summer months, and I think that's probably why I was drawn to this ColourPop palette, because it's kind of like along those same sort of lines. It's just that this one is more colorful than the Lemonade Craze. Like this one definitely has some more like natural, neutral tones in it. But I just love this for a summertime eyeshadow palette. It's just so pretty. And I mean, the eyeshadows aren't amazing quality, but I feel like if you use a makeup setting spray with some of the shimmery ones and just spend time like building them up and blending them out, they look just fine. So especially for the price. And I don't think this one smells like anything, but I know their Soda Pop palette has like a little bit of a scent to it. And I have a few like other like reoccurring favorites. Like I've still been loving my Physicians Formula eye booster pens whenever I do like liner. You guys know that those are holy grails for me. And then the Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder. I've still been in love with this for an under eye setting powder. If you have issues with your concealers creasing and you've tried other under eye setting powders and they make your under eyes look old and wrinkly, you need to try this because this is so finely milled. It just it just smooths out the under eye area. It keeps your concealers from settling into fine lines. It's definitely my holy grail under eye setting powder. I guess for like brow gels, I've been using my Essence Make Me Brow or the Benefit Gimme Brow. I really haven't been using anything else to fill in my brows. I've just been using brow gels, and those are my two favorites. Okay, so the last things to talk about are lip products. And this past month, I was in love with just bright lips. And it's just so not like me, but I guess because you all have been like asking me to do more colorful looks, I've been branching out and doing like trying makeup that I wouldn't normally wear. But I have been loving, like I've fallen back in love with these Maybelline, they're Color Vivid lipsticks, and I'm pretty sure they still make these and they still have them in their Color Sensational collection, but the colors that I have just worn the most out of the ones that I have is this one here in Electric Orange, which is a bright neon orange. And I know like back in the day, people used to say that this was a good dupe for MAC Morange. I don't even know if MAC still makes that color. They probably do because I feel like that's just like a classic color. And then this other one in a Vibrant Mandarin is a really pretty like coral color, like a kind of like a coral red. And then Shocking Coral is the other one that I have really been enjoying. So as you can tell, I've really been liking coral colors. Shocking Coral is just a really pretty like pink coral. Really bright and neon. So I will link these down below if you are interested in like super bright neon lipsticks. So I've been loving those. I guess these are kind of like counterparts to those. Like these are lighter versions. These are the Wet n Wild Partner Up Lip Balm Sticks. And I know that these were limited edition from their Pump collection, but they still have these on their website. And I absolutely love these little lip balms because they just give your lips like a wash of color. They're moisturizing. And I don't know, I just think they're really pretty for the summer, especially when you want like a pop of color, but you don't really want to fool with your lips that much and, you know, have something high maintenance like a bright lipstick. I was trying to find the ones that are like counterparts. This one I think is a little bit more pink than the Vibrant Mandarin, but I'm just going to swatch these so you guys can see what they look like. And I'm wearing this bottom one that I'm swatching on my lips today. This is in the color Coral Conditioning. So that's what that one looks like. But here are these swatched. So that one's Pink Knockout, I think. No, that one's Violet Victory, Pink Knockout, and Coral Conditioning. So that's what those look like. And one of you guys were recommending, I think, was it Revlon? No, I don't think it was Revlon. It was Neutrogena. It was some lip balms from Neutrogena that you said that are similar to these. Are they the Moisture something? I don't know. You'll have to let me know down in the comments because I cannot remember. But yeah, I need to find some other like tinted lip balm products like that from the drugstore that would be a little bit more easily accessible for you guys, because I know those Wet n Wild ones, you know, aren't where you can just go and get them. You're gonna have to order them on Wet n Wild. Some other like tinted lip balm things that I really like, which I know these were discontinued, but I have been loving these, are the Revlon lip butters. Like this one in Sorbet, I've been loving, just a really bright pink, and Wild Watermelon. Like I absolutely love this one. It's like a corally red pink shade. So I'll try to link some of these Revlon lip butters because they're still They still sell these like on Amazon. I don't know if they're like expired or not. Mine, honestly, like they're probably expired, but they still work and they don't smell like they've went bad. So I'm gonna keep using my lip products if they don't seem like they've went bad. It's like I've paid for that and I'm gonna use it. I know some people might think that's gross, but I don't really care. And then this other lipstick that I've really been liking is this one by Urban Decay, and this is called 100 Degrees. And this was from their Beached collection, which I did check and they do still sell this. So that way, if you want this. Now, this color here in Vibrant Mandarin is a pretty good, is that what that one's called? I think so. Yeah, Vibrant Mandarin. It's a pretty good dupe to this 100 Degrees by Urban Decay. The 100 Degrees might be slightly a little bit more red than this one, but I've been loving that shade. And then like the last lipstick, and I love the packaging on this too, the Beached. It's got like a little palm tree and stuff on it. The Clarins Water Lip Stain in Rose Water. I used this in one of my recent Get Ready With Me's, but it's just a really pretty, like, it looks hot pink, but you can sheer it out and make it not look as bright. But I don't know. I just think all of these colors are so pretty, like beautiful, bright lipsticks for summer. So those are all the lip products that I've been loving, and that is pretty much all of my favorites for this month of June. I know this video was probably super long, but thanks if you stayed to the end. And if you are new or if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you turn on your notifications by clicking the bell so you will know as soon as I post a new video. But you guys all have to let me know down in the comments what things you have been loving, if there's anything that I should pick up, anything I should review or do tutorials on. Just let me know down below. And I hope that you guys have a great month of July, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.